What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another SuperMayne iRacing video. We are at Lime Rock Park. We are racing the Formula V. We are in the rookie series still. We have still not made our way out of this, but we are on our iRacing journey. I want to give a big shout out first of all to all the people that have recently commented on my first two real iRacing videos that I've published, and got to be honest, I'm blown away by how good a community there is in iRacing, and I appreciate every single person that's come in and said or give me some tips on how to race and improve my racing, especially the guy who come in and said there's a setting within your graphics to put the wing mirrors on when you're racing in VR. So I appreciate all of you guys. As I say, this is my second or third race. I think it's my third race in iRacing on the VR, not in iRacing, but on the VR. And again, in the Formula V, I love the immersion of it, and I love how it feels. I love how the game reacts. I love the mechanics of it. And I'm not going to talk about that in this one because that was what I really spoke about in this one. I thought I'd share this video purely because this was probably, or has been, my best race to date on iRacing. I sat back from all the carnage at the beginning of the race, and I just listened to the tips that people have given me. Try not to get too involved in racing side by side. Just build your safety rating up and just race your own race, and you'll slowly pick up, get your safety rating to a place where you need it to be. Although I do have a spin in a moment, and it's the only spin of the race I had, this is probably also the best finishing position I've had on the Formula V especially, and at Lime Rock Park. But as I say, I just really enjoy. I'm really enjoying my iRacing journey, having a bit of fun. There are a couple of moments where I'm still a little bit unsure as to what gear I need to be in, where as you come around that little chicane and then come up the uphill towards the West Bend, which we're going around now, I really struggle knowing what gear to be in, because these cars only go to about 90 to 100 miles an hour, and you find yourself revving the hell out of the third gear, trying to get a little bit more momentum, especially when you're used to racing in like F1 games and stuff like that. As we see two people take each other out, not sure what's going on there, if one of them brake checked the other one or what, but they were really getting aggressive with each other. But as I say, I decided I was going to race my own race. I'm up to second place at the minute, and I did notice in the bottom right hand corner of my screen that I was in second, and I kind of got a little bit excited, I suppose, that there was a possibility of me coming on the podium, because I knew that the speed I was carrying was good. But as I went into this corner now, you'll see I went into the wrong gear.
You've done that normal.
I turned in too sharp and too heavy and spun the car. But once I'd done that, I decided, right, I'm just going to ignore what was going on, just get on and race, enjoy it, have fun. I was a little bit frustrated with myself because again, that corner, that little chicane, I wasn't sure whether I should be in second or in third, because I felt like I was losing. That was where I was losing on my speed on these sort of fast West Bend corners and the downhill section into the start-finish straight. I was carrying good momentum. As we see, there's a couple of other players coming behind me now, but again, I just held my line, did what I had to do, and I stayed wide because I was so worried of people trying to dive up the inside of me, and I just did my own thing and raced my own race, and got to be honest, it is absolutely fun. I do drive on the LOGITECH G920, and I'm not sure the force feedback works properly in this game. I get force feedback, it feels good, it feels nice, it feels very similar to a car, but generally doesn't feel heavy enough, and I seem to feel like I oversteer a little bit into corners, but that might be just a car feeling. I'm not too sure, but I've been really enjoying it. I've got a set of low cell pedals, so the accelerating and braking is not too much of an issue. I have got a Mazda video that I do want to share as well, but it's not very good. It was my first real experience of driving the Mazdas. It's CX-5, I think, in this game, and my god, that was tough. But I didn't do that in VR, I just did that in normal sort of normal monitor mode as we come round the big bend here. And this section on this Lime Rock Park, I absolutely love it in VR because you sort of downshift to third, keep this and just try and keep the speed and the momentum in third gear, try and keep your lines tight, although I'm not massively tight and probably could carry a little bit more speed. And then you race downhill on what they call the no-name straight, which I love, and then brake into the little chicane, a little quick right, left, right, and then again I'm not sure if I should downshift on that little uphill section or should just leave it third. Did that 3 or 4 times throughout the race, maybe a few more, and every time, as you see now in my wing mirrors, there is somebody sort of hovering around the back side of me and looks like they're gonna push through. And again, I just move over to the left hand side, stay to the line, let them go past. So I do actually pick up the slipstream, and I'm pushing down into the big bend, turn 1 again. I move into the inside, but and sort of don't brake too late. The guy gives me plenty of room, and as I see him sort of coming back over, I kind of let my foot off the accelerator a little bit more, let him go. I don't want to get into an accident. I want to try and build this safety rating up a bit more and unlock a few more classes for me to race in, as we see a car glitching in the air as well.
A bit weird.
Just in front of us, I think it's one of the back markers that we've got. It looked like they're having a bit of connection issue, and I was really worried. I thought, here we go, I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get stuck by this guy, but ultimately didn't. He was on the grass out of the way. And I found that in iRacing there are some really good racers, whether they're rookies or not, or they just enjoy this class, or they are rookies themselves like myself, but they don't necessarily give you the space, or they cut back across the track. And I try and being sort of new to sim racing but understanding racing and have raced in lots of games myself across the years, try and stick to the racing line and let people go. As I think I am now down in 6th or 7th place, I believe, I'm not too sure, as he's run wide, and I quickly, in the VR, I quickly was like, oh crap, I need to get out of the way of this guy. I just, all I see was him coming back across and taking me out, but luckily managed to avoid that. But I do think whether I got a couple of points for that, I'm not too sure. A bit frustrating if I did, because I did look up and was like, did I just get points for that? But as I say, my overall experience in iRacing is absolutely fantastic at the minute, and I really do enjoy. I am really enjoying this iRacing experience, and I got this as a little bit of a one-off just to try it and see how I felt about it, because of the monthly subscription fee that it does, and I've seen a lot of people playing it. I've watched a lot of streamers stream it in the past, and I thought I just want to give it a go, and I actually just really enjoy making a little bit of content on it. The racing, even in these rookie races, and full credit to people that are racing in them, is actually pretty good. There have been some rough lobbies, I'm not going to lie, in the sort of the 12 races or 14 races I've done now. There have been some rough lobbies and some people that have really just brake checked me and taken me off the track intentionally, pushed me off the track because they're in the way. It's a little bit annoying, but overall my experience in iRacing so far, community's been very welcoming and very helpful as well, and it's just been an absolute blast, and I am absolutely loving it, and I really do want to spend more time pushing on and ranking myself up. I'm not overly keen on the dirt tracks that you can do. I've done 1 or 2 so far, and I don't really feel that they're
revving hell out of the engine
for me. I will keep giving them a go. Hopefully I don't need to rank them up. I haven't really looked into it. Hopefully I don't need to rank them up to rank up or move into the next class, but we'll give it a go. And as I say, I'm just overly enjoying this experience. I don't always play on VR. I just do an odd 1 or 2 races every now and again. But what I do love is the detail. As you can see, that the screen's getting a little bit fogged up with where obviously all the potentially we're wearing a crash helmet, and you're getting all the sort of the bugs and the dirt and the oil marks from the exhausts in front of you, and really it's just a whole great experience. I have just noticed while I'm recording this video or just doing the voiceover of this video, the arrow is in the middle of my screen. I didn't notice that while I was racing. So hopefully, and I do apologise if you are looking and thinking there's an arrow in the middle of the screen. I didn't notice that while I was racing, so I don't know if that's just recorded from when I was in the game, and that's annoyed me now. I'm seeing that, but yeah, I was I've shared this one because I kept it very clean. I kept it very, very tidy for the majority of the race. I didn't really have too many points go against me, and just continued to push on the race. I did at one point think I was going to try and start to catch the people in front of me again, but they just had a little bit too much, and we just seemed fairly well matched for speed. The sort of the top 3 or 4 in front of us, or 3 or 4 altogether. I think from the spin I had, and they'd gone past, and I just couldn't seem to catch them. And I think when you're all in the same cars at the same speed, and unless you sort of can do something a little bit different, you kind of just got to do the race and race your own race and finish it as best you can and as safe as you can, and really just enjoy the race for what it is. This is just a fantastic experience as it goes right now, and I'm having a great time. The Formula V car, I had a couple of comments saying about how tricky it was to drive, and I do find it very tricky, but it really it's how sensitive you race it, and you need to really just think about your braking points. I've found that if I just put a little bit more front braking on these cars, they brake pretty well. They go into the corners, and I can just turn it in. You brake before you turn, and don't go too hard, and the car behaves itself. It is a bit tricky going into some of the faster corners, but overall it's just a fun experience. And as we come down the San Posse Straight to take the checker flag, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody, and hope you like these videos. If you do, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and share button, and I'll see you in the next one.
Man.
Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.